wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy. You are watching the F and Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. I am back with my Night of Champions 2012 pay-per-view review and results. Night of Champions took place last night, September 16, 2012, from the Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. It was a pretty good pay-per-view in my opinion. I would have liked to see some of the match finishes a little bit different and some of the work in the matches play out a little bit differently. But overall, for one of the WWE's B shows, it was not a bad outing for the WWE. We start off the show 7:30 live on YouTube. I don't know if I was the only user, but I had a problem watching the pre-show on YouTube. I ended up watching the pre-show on WWE.com, WWE's official website, and it was a pretty good battle royal for what I got to see. Unfortunately, I didn't get to tune in until there was about maybe 8-10 superstars left in the ring, and Zack Ryder ended up picking up the win. He last eliminated Lord Tensai, and it really looked like Lord Tensai was going to pick up the win in this battle royal, and it's a shame. Lord Tensai was a very promising character when he first came in. I really liked how there was a connection, especially if you've been watching wrestling for a long time, between Tensai and Laurinaitis. Laurinaitis made his name over in Japan. Tensai is a disciple of the Japanese culture. So I thought there was a pretty interesting connection between those two characters. And since Johnny Laurinaitis has made his exit, Tensai kind of served as his bodyguard, and now Tensai's been lost on the sidelines. He's kind of been relegated to the mid-card, not even the mid-card, kind of the lower card, to be perfectly honest. I would really like to see a little bit more out of Lord Tensai, and I would like to see a little bit more out of everybody that was involved in this Battle Royal. Battle Royals typically aren't too organized, but unfortunately this one kind of just seemed like a clusterfuck. I mean, everybody was just everywhere. Usually when these guys go out there, they got a pretty clear idea of what they got to do. They have an idea of who they got to eliminate, who needs to be eliminated, and what objectives need to be accomplished within this match. Unfortunately, I really just did not see that in the Battle Royal. Then we go into the first official match of the night. It is for the Intercontinental title. It is a four-way dance. Honestly, in my opinion, The Miz and Rhodes stole the show. They are heels, and the crowd was cheering them anyway. I mean, they definitely stole the show. Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, they added a nice extra element, but honestly, Miz and Rhodes really could have carried this match, just the two of them, and it could have been probably match of the night between these two superstars. The Miz has become an incredible superstar in the last few years. I mean, he started off green, but everybody coming to the company is going to be green. There's going to be something to learn. If they came in knowing everything, how would they get better? They can only get better from here. The Miz was successful, and he did retain his Intercontinental title. Then we go into the Tag Team Championship match. R-Truth and Kofi Kingston, who are the defending Tag Team Champions, went against Team Friendship, or Team Hell No, whatever you guys want to call them. Please vote below on your choice between Team Friendship and Team Hell No. I doubt WWE would use Hell No, due to the current era. But Team Friendship, hey, I can see that going all day long. Maybe we should get that trending on Twitter tonight, guys. I don't know, just some thoughts to get you guys more interacted with the F and Brand. But we saw Kane and Daniel Bryan pick up the win. These two could not get along during this match, just furthering the storyline between the two. And Kane has been an enigma since making his return to WWE. He returned as this resurrected monster, and then you could see there was a soft spot in his heart for AJ Lee. There's always been a soft spot in Kane's heart for many different women. Tori, China, just to name a few. Katie Vick, I mean, we all remember that storyline. Well, that didn't end up too well anyway. But, I mean, we could see where, Kane, AJ, that all played in. Then AJ ended up, she really didn't give in to Kane. There wasn't anything really going on there, to be perfectly honest. But her being the boss, she decided they went to Anchor Man, and then the storyline played out. It's pretty funny. I like it. Some people aren't, and you know what? You can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody, and I'm going to be perfectly honest. You can't please everybody. But, I mean, everybody that's going to say, oh, the Attitude was so much better. I mean, do people remember Mae Young giving birth to a hand? I mean, honestly, yeah, they made it funny, and don't get me wrong. I thought, Jerry Briscoe was hacking and Mae Young smoking a cigar. I thought it was pretty funny, don't get me wrong. And then the hand comes back all grown up on Raw 1000. I mean, they played it off well, but, I mean, at the time, it was like, what the heck are we watching? I mean, come on. So, don't think that everything that happened in the Attitude Era was, untouchable. Then we go into the United States title match. Antonio Cesaro versus Zack Ryder. This is a great match. He ends up winning the match via neutralizer and a lot of back-and-forth action. I mean, he hit the very European uppercut during this match. Antonio Cesaro is an incredibly promising talent. If you guys don't know much about him, incredible talent. Came over from Ring of Honor Wrestling. He was known as Claudio Castagnoli, one half of the Kings of Wrestling tag team. They did phenomenal work over there, and I believe there's going to be really big things that come out of the superstar in the weeks, the months, and the years to come. Then we go into Orton versus Ziggler, another great match. A lot of people criticized Dolph Ziggler, a lot of people criticized Randy Orton. These guys went out there, they probably gave us match of the night. They put it all on the line. Randy Orton ended up picking up the win. Then we go into Eve versus Layla. It was originally supposed to be Caitlyn versus Layla. Caitlyn was attacked backstage. Her ankle was tweaked. Eve ended up getting the spot in the match. She did not ask for it. Booker T awarded it to her. And Eve ended up picking up the win over Layla and becoming the new Divas champion. So Eve is arguably probably the most powerful female in WWE right now, at least on camera. I mean, Stephanie McMahon would be, but she doesn't have a regular on-camera role. As a regular on-camera weekly superstar, at this point, Eve is not only the Divas champion, but she is assistant to Booker T's administration. Then we go into the world title match, Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. I really figured that Alberto Del Rio was going to carry this match, and the only reason I say that is because he's the more technically gifted athlete. I mean, that's just being perfectly honest. I'm not bashing Sheamus or his ability. I think Sheamus has done incredible for a big man. I think he's a very, very athletic big man. And Sheamus versus Del Rio was a wrestling classic. It was a great match in my eyes, and really Sheamus performed a lot better than I thought he was, and Del Rio performed a lot better than I thought he was. There was just so much back and forth action. This match really kept you on the edge of your seat. Sheamus was successful at the end of the day. I wanted to see ADR pick up the win. Maybe ADR picking up the win with Ziggler cashing in. Sheamus retaining with Ziggler cashing in, this, that, or the other. But Sheamus was successful, and there was no Money in the Bank cash-in. Then the main event, the WWE Championship match, the match that everybody's wanted to see for the last few weeks, CM Punk versus John Cena in John Cena's hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. A lot of back and forth action. John Cena tweaked his ankle early on in this match, and you could see it affected his performance a little bit. But John Cena has so much heart that he went out there and still performed to the best of his ability. And at the end of the day, the match ended in a draw. John Cena honestly thought he had the win. He started to celebrate, and then the referee let John Cena know his decision. This is when Punk, like the character Punk has been portraying, ends up hitting him from behind, because that's how Punk does things these days. He always attacks people from behind. He claims he wants respect, but to get respect, you have to give respect, and he ain't giving respect to nobody. He just thinks because he's the WWE champion, he deserves respect. Just because you have a title doesn't necessarily mean you deserve respect. You should be respected that you're the champion, of course, but being respected as a human being is two totally different things. I'm talking all about character. The real CM Punk, I'm sure he's a hell of a guy. But guys, I want to know your thoughts, I want to know your feedback, and I want you to drop it below. For the F and Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com, my name is Brian Crazy. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.